couple of these smaller patches, ditches, and just a bunch of this smaller ground that I got that I get the privilege to cut. So we're going to be cutting this ditch, and then I believe there's a little hay patch over there across the river. There's a bunch of other patches too that we're going to be cutting. So yeah, hopefully in today's episode I'll be able to get all the mowing and raking done, maybe. Hopefully just the mowing, because there's a lot of hay that we got to do. So we're going to have a fairly big bill to pay to all the people who let us cut this hay. So, but yeah, so we'll get this ditch cut. Yeah, sure, I'll try to cut this going back in here. I guess why not? Won't hurt anything. 'Cause I'm pretty sure there's somewhere back here is where you're gonna have to cross the river to get on that side, but maybe not. I'm not really sure. Boy, this is getting awful thin here. I'm gonna do to bail this. We're not gonna bail this. Yeah, we're not gonna rake this. Is what I mean. Don't look, don't look, don't look. Yeah, so it's actually pretty shallow, so if we wanted to, we could we'll probably mow and rake this, or mow this patch down here, go across the river, or go across the creek, mow that. So that'll be good. So we'll get this little patch down here mowed, but yeah. So yeah, like I said, there's just a lot of nooks and crannies in here that we're going to be haying this year. So I guarantee there's probably going to be like a couple bales that are left behind because I didn't remember to pick them up, or I didn't remember that I hayed that piece. Sadly, so. But yeah, just right now we're just trying to get pretty much every bit of hay of pretty much every bale we can this point, because one, our financial situation isn't the greatest. Two, we're $300,000 in debt, and three, I have some big expansion plans coming up that would be like adding on to the farm and building a cow pen, getting a new shop, and a bunch of stuff. But that'll probably be after either we sell our corn, or if we get enough hay and the prices are right and timber is down and all that stuff, then we might build it here pretty quick. Or if we just get in the right position, we might be building a farm out here pretty quick. Probably in August, I suppose, because that'll be, or September, because that will be roughly when we had a brain fart. Crap. So that'll be roughly when we sell off those bales, I guess, depending on how long it takes us to make them. Because we'll be back here again to cut all this. Or no. Yeah, no, we won't. Never mind. Because this is all ditch hay, and this one I have, or not really ditch hay, but just kind of wild grass, so it won't really have good regrowth at all. So this will kind of be all of our cut every year kind of stuff. So yeah, we'll get this bit cut up here. We'll cut that ditch over there. So yeah, not really a lot of other plans going on right now, I guess. I mean, just gonna be doing a lot of haying and pretty much just grinding it out, I guess. I mean, really a lot to watch, but yeah. So this 4840 is doing pretty good. So yeah, we got all of that stuff over there, those patches over there, that pasture, the neighbor's pasture, all that stuff over by the airport, all of that is cut. So it's all good. So now we just got all of this stuff over here, which is gonna take us a hot minute for sure, because there's so much nooks and crannies. Just, yeah, a lot of bit of stuff, tedious kind of work, but so yeah. But I will talk to you guys once I am mowing on one of our bigger patches. So I will see you guys then. Alright everybody, we are back here cutting hay on this big section. So it's pretty big. I'm hoping we'll be able to get like 25 ground bales off of this, but I'm telling you, man, we got a lot of hay to make, because I called the neighbor and he said, well, I ran some numbers, and so we need to make over $100,000 off of our hay ground, or I don't know what we're gonna do. We're gonna have to start selling off land or something, because if we do not make that $100,000, then basically, well, one, my neighbors are gonna be pretty angry. Two, my credit score is gonna go down, and my bankers are gonna hate me. So yeah, we gotta make over $100,000. That's just, most of it goes to the operating note, or the operating loan. The rest of it goes to neighbors. So, and paying them for letting me cut all their hay. So yeah, but we got a good amount of this cut. We got all this stuff cut, that patch cut, and then there's one kind of decently sized patch back in there. It's really back in there. You gotta cross the creek, or it's a pretty big creek, twice to get back there. I can show it to you guys, but it's kind of hard to get back in there. I'm not sure how the Wally Wide World I'm gonna get back there to load bales. I think I could just probably take the road, or I'm pretty sure I could take a road around to get to it, but so kind of gets a lot of little grass patches back in here. So yeah, but I can show that to you guys. So yeah, like I said, it's you'll be like, why did you even cut this? How are you even gonna get the bales out of here? Well, there is a road right across this, right over there. So you gotta really stick up close to the trees. So, and then you gotta stick really up close, and then you can kind of, you gotta cross here. Here's the first crossing, and you go back up, and then you go over here, and then last time I went right through to there to that middle island, and there, turns out that middle island's pretty much like a swamp, so, and then you can go right through here, and then there you go. Now you're back here in this hay ground. So this is a pretty good, decent sized section. So it's pretty good sized. So yeah. Do I want to cut that? I mean, really get a bale out of it probably, because there's not even one ditch, I guess. So yeah, I wasn't kidding when I said there's a lot of nooks and crannies back here. A bunch of little stuff that kind of weaves around the river, and yeah, so yeah, so we're getting a lot of this hay cut, so hopefully we'll be able to make like, I don't know, I guess $100 or maybe $150,000, I guess. That should be enough to put up the fence and building and 2 green bins, I think, roughly. Or it might be a little more than that. I guess I'd like to make $200,000, but it's a pretty unrealistic goal, especially since half of the money for the agreement has to go to whatchamacallit, my bank and neighbors. So yeah, but yeah, so I guess if worst comes to worst, we could just break even. I'm fine with that, because then once we come and get our second cutting off of some of this good or better hay, then we could just then we could just keep all of it at that point. So yeah. But otherwise, everything's going pretty good. No breakdowns so far. And we are really boogieing along, so yeah, it's working out pretty good. So I will talk to you guys once I am finished with mowing this patch, I guess. And on the last two, so I think I'm only gonna mow like 2 or 3 more parts up here at least, and then I'm gonna cut some patches and ditches and stuff over there, and then I think I'm gonna head home. I can hop in the case, and maybe I think this hay is in a pretty good condition where I can have one of my buddies come behind me and bail. So that'll be good. I will talk to you guys once I'm cutting hay down there. Down over there. Alright, everybody, we are back. So we're up here on this big part up here. We got this cut, this ditch cut. So yeah, we got all that stuff down there cut. So, but yeah, just a lot of cutting hay. I mean, that's kind of what the whole thing's about. But yeah, I'm hoping next episode we'll be able to get everything raked and baled, so that'll be all good. But yeah, so yeah, so today's episode was pretty good. Got a lot of hay cut. So thank you everybody for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys in the next episode of Uncle's Home. Hopefully we're making and raking some hay bales.